You've likely seen it happen. A student with clear academic capability hits a minor roadblock or receives a low grade, and they completely shut down. The effort stops, and the progress collapses. High innate ability and academic motivation are helpful, but they are insufficient for long-term success. Students must be actively taught emotional resilience to handle the inevitable frustrations of learning. This blank 3-column document is the framework for a student resilience action plan. By explicitly designing this for your specific teaching subject, you can prepare for emotional roadblocks before they happen. Translating vague emotional support into a concrete, subject-specific teaching tool allows you to preemptively manage classroom meltdowns. The first major stumbling block is excessive self-pity. Everyone feels sorry for themselves occasionally, but constant wallowing is maladaptive. It alienates the peers and teachers who are trying to help. Label the first column Manage Self-Pity. Underneath, list your core prompt phrases: take stock, pull oneself together, and get on with it. Practical applications exist across several subjects. If an art student's ceramic pitcher crocks, the teacher challenges them to immediately move on. In math, a student with a low grade is required to pull themselves together and review their mistakes, rather than dwelling. Now, take a moment to write down one highly specific academic trigger for your own class, alongside the exact phrasing you will use to prompt the student to move on. If you do not actively enforce this targeted skill, a student will spend more time mourning their failure than generating the effort required to fix it. The second stumbling block is excessive dependency. Many individuals are good students simply because they follow directions well. However, this compliance does not always translate into being a successful, self-reliant adult. Label the second column Be Independent. Your prompt words here are standing on one's own and becoming self-reliant. In a language arts classroom, you can build independence by requiring students to locate their own short story models, rather than asking you what to do. In music, students can show self-reliance by listening to great performers to understand how a piece should be played, rather than waiting for you to tell them. Avoid the trap of simply providing the answers to struggling students. They need age-appropriate autonomous struggle to build true maturity. Rescuing a student from productive struggle compromises their ability to function effectively when they eventually face the world alone. At some point, students will inevitably face severe personal difficulties, death, divorce, or financial ruin. These events can grossly interfere with their academic work. Label the final column Handle Personal Difficulties. The focus words here are keep in perspective, work through, and develop resilience. To show monumental adversity can be surmounted, cite Stephen Hawking. He became a leading astrophysicist instead of wallowing in a debilitating disease. Martin Luther King Jr. maintained his mission despite facing stiff, systemic opposition and racism. And Nelson Mandela emerged from decades of imprisonment to become a transformative global leader. Design an activity where your specific subject offers a coping mechanism. For example, a science class might use the observation of nature to find solace, or a physical education student might use team goals to separate themselves from personal trauma. You cannot eliminate a student's personal tragedies. However, you can teach them the choice of mastering their lives rather than being mastered by them. You have now translated abstract psychological concepts into a tangible 3-part pedagogical tool. This plan is ready for your classroom. Your subject matter has become the vehicle for forging lifelong coping skills in your students. Your final challenge is to expand this list by brainstorming 2 additional activities for each of the 3 columns before your next class begins. Applying the same rigor to emotional roadblocks that you do to academic ones ensures your students succeed in their final exams and are ready for the demands of reality.